Hello, and welcome to today's session, where we're going to be looking at some of the changes that are coming up in 2023. In 2022, Microsoft started some of the most fundamental changes to how partners work with them. With those changes, they generally gave a 12-month timeline to allow partners time to adapt. And that means that this year, some of the significant changes that they've made will be coming into effect. Now, before we jump into this, there is a caveat on this to say that the timelines presented during this session could change. As you'll see with GDAP already, there have been some movement in response to partner demands. So again, always check for the latest information and reach out to your Arrow representatives for all the latest updates. So today we're going to start by having a look at the new commerce renewals and also having a look at an upcoming price increase that will make changes for your customers and how you may look at your renewal period. Then we'll start to have a look at DAP to GDAP and what that means for you as partners and the security of your customers. And then we'll wrap up having a look at the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program, and again, ensuring you're ready for the upcoming deadlines so that you can ensure that you earn incentives and that you get the right recognition in the market. So let's begin by having a look at the new commerce experience and some of the upcoming changes. But to begin, let's have a reminder on how new commerce started. In January 2022, Microsoft officially launched the new commerce experience on the 10th of January. And at the same time, to persuade people to move to new commerce, they launched two promotions. The first one was 5% off annual subscriptions, and the second reduced the price of monthly new commerce subscriptions to be the same price as legacy. On the 1st of March 2022, Microsoft also increased the price on certain modern workplace SKUs. And between these two events, it became a very compelling time for customers to transition to new commerce so that they could renew their products ahead of the price increase and lock in that price protection for a year, and also so they could utilize the promotion for lower annual pricing. As a result of this, there is now a compelling moment between January and March this year where those customers will come up for renewal. Now, this brings with it an opportunity for partners to recruit customers who are already using Microsoft 365, as this will be the window when they're able to change their partner. For you as partners, it is also the time when you can start to transition your new commerce business from your current indirect provider to a new provider, as those subscriptions will come up for renewal and you'll be able to purchase them on a new platform. And in a moment, we'll show you all of the great features that Arrow has available in our platform that can support you with your new commerce business and overall in growing your cloud business with Microsoft. Now, for those customers who haven't transitioned to new commerce, there are a couple of changes that are coming up that will really impact why they should make their migration. So first of all, for partners, from the 1st of January, there are no longer incentives on legacy transactions. So for those of you who earn incentives from Microsoft, you will no longer get these on any products or subscriptions that are running in the legacy mode. And then for customers in Europe, there is a pricing increase coming on the 1st of April, where Microsoft will be adjusting their exchange rates to better reflect the markets. So now becomes a very compelling time for customers to migrate to new commerce so that they can avoid the exchange rate uplift and secure a year's worth of price protection. And for you as partners, if you can get your customers to migrate to new commerce, you can continue earning the incentives and driving that business forwards. Now, at Arrow, we understood the importance of new commerce. So we ensured that our platform was ready from day one to support our partners in making this transition and guiding them through the journey. We have tools to manage Azure and Azure Plan, including things like partner-earned credit alerts, to ensure you're always earning the margin that you should get. And when it comes to seat-based, we put a huge amount of effort into making sure this is as easy an experience as possible for our partners, and also to ensure partners could make the right decisions throughout the purchasing process. And we continue to enhance our platform with new features and changes to make sure you always have the best experience and that you always are able to pick the right products and the right license models to address your customer needs. Now, in recognition of this, we had a partner provide feedback to us who said that the renewal reminders are really great because it helps them with the new annual terms and it helps them know when they need to talk to their customers. The alerts allow them to focus on their core business and not have to worry about missing something in the operations. And again, this is really core to our platform to make sure you have the information that you need when you need it so that you know that you have everything to build your business. And we were also recognized by Forrester, who named Arrosphere a strong performer in the New Wave report. And they commented to say that Arrosphere is the best fit for tier 2 channel partners looking to boost their cloud business. So again, reach out to Arrow to see how we can help you in your new commerce journey and ensure you have everything to make this successful for you and for your customers. So next up, let's have a look at DAP to GDAP. For years, partners have been used to using something called delegated admin permissions. Now, this allowed you as partners to manage all of your customer tenants through your partner center and provided you full global admin access to all of their resources and services. In a world that is very security conscious, Microsoft have addressed this by moving from DAP to granular delegated admin permissions, or GDAP. So let's have a look at what that means for you as partners and the advantages and process that you need to take to make the most of this update. In the past, a partner would send a delegated admin permission request link to a customer. And if the customer accepted that link, it would then allow any users at the partner who were granted admin agent permissions to access all of that customer's resources and make changes to their environment. So any users in the partner tenant with that admin agent access would be then a global administrator on the customer's tenant and an owner on those customer subscriptions. This brought with it a number of security challenges, specifically for the partner in ensuring that only the right users had access to the right customers, and also for the customers in terms of the level of access that a partner would have to their environment and the different steps that they would be able to complete. To address this, Microsoft created the granular delegated admin permissions. This allows a partner to create a unique relationship with each individual customer. And as part of that relationship, the partner can request very specific roles for that customer that are aligned to the services and solutions that they will be delivering. These can also be time-bound links so that you can work with a customer for 30 days, 60 days, however long, anywhere up to 2 years. And that link will then automatically expire at the end of that period so that that security hole is then closed again. Partners are also able to connect specific users to specific relationships. So as a partner, if you have users who work with a subset of your customers, they will be able to be granted access just to those customers, and again, with the very specific roles that you want them to be able to complete. So this creates a far more secure environment and allows partners to still have the flexibility required to support the customers, whilst also not having too much permission that there could be risks and challenges. So GDAP has been around for a while now, and Microsoft will be removing delegated admin permissions and moving fully to the GDAP program. So to support partners in this, there is a partner bulk migration tool. And this allows you to work through all of your customers using a PowerShell script and migrate them to your new security structure. With this, you are able to identify the specific permissions that you would like to be granted and then apply that to the different customers as needed. As part of this migration tool, you are able to move from DAP to GDAP without requiring the consent of the customers. So it means you can seamlessly make this transition in the background without impacting your customers. This also allows you to phase your migration, test it with smaller groups, and make sure that you're in full control of what is happening. Today, you can also see a report on inactive DAP connections. So you can also identify any customer connections you may have that are no longer needed. And you can also remove them through Partner Center to ensure that you only have the access that you required. Now, moving forward, Microsoft will be moving to GDAP as their primary security process, and they will be removing DAP. Now, the dates for this have recently changed, and Microsoft will announce the revised dates starting from the 15th of February, and we expect at least 60 days from that period for partners to then make the changes. At that point, Microsoft will actually remove any inactive DAP connections. They will then also stop the use of DAP for any new customers. And they will then also transition any existing active DAP connections to GDAP using a core set of security that they have identified. At the same point Microsoft run this migration, they will then also stop the no consent migrations using the bulk migration tool. So it's really important for partners now to look at what access you need to your customers. And we would highly recommend using the bulk migration tool to control this process, to make sure you have the right security and the right posture with your customers, and that you are in control of that process. Again, the timelines are being revised, but you can start to make this change today. And again, make sure that you are offering the best security to your customers. And then the third major change that we'll be looking at is the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program. In the past, Microsoft had the Microsoft Partner Network Program, or MPN. And through this, you were able to earn competencies. And by having those competencies, you were able to earn incentives and have recognition in the market. Microsoft went through a process to simplify all of these competencies down into their new Microsoft Cloud Partner Program, or MCPP. Microsoft originally announced the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program back in March 2022 and provided partners with details on what the new program would look like and the new solutions designations. The program officially launched for partners in October 2022 and provided a year in which partners could make the transition from legacy competencies to the new solution designations. As the anniversary of this comes up, we're expecting to see changes to the incentives, which will land in October 2023. And we expect to see incentives more closely aligned to MCPP designations. We can already see this in incentives this year for resellers, where you can earn by either having a legacy competency or an MCPP designation. And we expect that to fully move across when the new incentives launch later this year. So it is really imperative that you as partners who earn incentives have a plan to make this change and that you're earning the points required as soon as possible. So the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program, or MCPP, is broken down into 6 designations. 3 aligned to Azure, 1 for modern workplace, 1 for security, and 1 for business applications. And each of them has a different set of criteria that will show your impact in these areas and show that you are a partner with competency to deliver. And for any partners who are able to achieve all 6, there is a 7th badge, which is a solution partner for Microsoft Cloud, which recognizes your ability to work across all of the different solution partner designations. Partners can earn a solution designation by scoring over 70 points in the designation area of their choice. The points are broken down into different categories, spanning performance, skilling, and customer success. And each has a different weighting to ensure that a partner is driving impact. One of the key areas for points is around skilling and ensuring that you have intermediate and advanced certifications in the chosen area. This is one of the areas why it is so important to start thinking about your solution designations, because it can take time to get your staff trained up and certified in these different areas. In order to achieve, you will also need to show either usage growth or deployments. And again, these can take time to align with your customers. So it is really vital to start looking at this as soon as possible, aligning your teams and ensuring that you are able to earn the designation ahead of any changes that will happen in October. So in terms of key steps for you as partners around MCPP, the first is to go into Partner Center and look at your current progress towards the solution designations of your choice. Within Partner Center, you will be able to see all 6 of the different designations and your current point totals leading towards these and the gaps that you will have in order to achieve them. We'd then also recommend building out a plan, again, especially around skilling, as that can take longer, to ensure that you are meeting this ahead of the incentive changes in October this year. And again, if you need support with your MCPP alignment, with earning the credentials, earning certifications, then please reach out to a member of the Arrow team who will be happy to guide you through this process and support you towards your earning designations. So to recap, in Q1, new commerce, the renewals for customers, is vital to be looking at to ensure that your customers have a smooth renewal period, and also to help legacy customers to move across ahead of those pricing increases. Again, if you need a platform to support you with new commerce, or if you're not getting the support that you need today, then reach out to Arrow, who will be happy to guide you through that and support you as you need. Secondly, as you go into Q2, DAP to GDAP will be a key focus, again, to ensure that you have control of the process, that you're applying the right security for your customers, and that you're making the most of the updates that are available. And then as we move into Q3, the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program and your readiness towards that will be very important. Again, we expect to see the new incentives land in October, and we expect them to be more aligned to MCPP. So really ensuring you have a plan to meet that and earn the new designations ahead of the deadline will ensure that you are set up for future success. And as always, if you would like to know more on these subjects or others, then please reach out to an Arrow representative who will be happy to guide you through this and go into more detail. Thank you very much.